Well, we brought you a number of lists this week. You guys have seen everything. I'm going to run through the 2-year-olds really quick. There's not a whole lot to report. Any of the updates on the 2-year-olds I've given you, but nevertheless, let's go through it really quick. ACDC is training well. Just need to see a little more output from him, but he has time. There's no, somebody said to me the other day, well, when's he going to come forward? Well, he's not talking. He's holding it to himself. He'll come forward when he wants to. Right now, it's most important. He's not on a line. He's not in a gear. He's doing his work well, and that's the most important thing. Aunt Sarah, you heard Amy talk about Aunt Sarah quite a bit in our lists this week. Or what did you call it again? Stars of the Week list this week. Really happy with the way Aunt Sarah's been doing her work. Had a little bit of a hiccup for about 2 weeks, but it didn't take us long to straighten that out. She's back going great right now. Bianca Spiaggio, he's going to have some time off as we clean up a little area around his right front sesamoid that was bothering him. It's not a problem. The problem is he's a big horse, right? So he's going to get some pool work. He's going to get some light work. We're going to have it cleaned up, but it's probably going to take 3 or 4 weeks. Oh, Ollie's going to be coming up soon. Who's up? It should say. It'll tell me in a second. Blue Rare, much better. In-depth conversation about Blue Rare with Amy and I. Very insightful. So if you haven't seen that list, go back and look at it. She was very good this week. Capistrano Nights continues to improve also. She was good. Probably one of the biggest movers of the last 2 weeks or so was Captain Doolittle. He was awesome again this week. Cherry's Girl is improving greatly also. One of her movers from the last couple of weeks. She is coming forward in a big way. Degas, probably the week before that, she was the one we talked about. She's been improving greatly, and Eric said the other day, I said, still good? He said, Anthony, she is awesome right now. So Degas is improving. Emerald Tom made a break on Tyler the other day. He said he came in and put bell boots on him. He was fine. I don't know if I'll get a chance to go with him this week. I don't think it's a necessity to do that, but he might be on my list, or so I want to have a look at. No issues, though. Not on a line, not sore in any way. Just looks good. Made the break the other day for an undisclosed reason. I don't know.
Oh, we missed him. He batted.
Today?
Yep. He was after Quentin.
I was watching all the batters. I never noticed him. Well, that's weird. My apologies. Go Strong Hanover. I think we are going to castrate Go Strong Hanover. I was on the fence. We didn't last week. But he's just being stubby in the barn and rude. And I'm just not... I don't think there's any reason to go much further. So we're going to take him... we're going to augment him a little bit. Is that the word? Augment?
What are you doing?
I'm going to castrate him. I think augment is an addition, isn't it? Wait, now. You get a breast augmentation. Is that less or more? That's less, right?
I don't know.
You really got to get a dictionary.
I wasn't listening to you.
So,
what are you talking about?
Go Strong Hanover. We're going to castrate him. Yes. So we're going to castrate Go Strong Hanover. By the way, did you get my message the other day about Junket?
Yes,
Did you get that? Yeah. Okay. My man was looking out for me.
It up.
No, I did not. You think I went through, to prove my point, I went through and made an entire dictionary page for a word. Wow. Had to know was very good the other day training. Really happy with him. I jogged him the day after. The horse looked very, very good. Really happy with him. Hanger 1, we did open that foot up, clean it all out. Nick did a great job doing it. They said he was walking better the other day. Walked back from Nick's. It's going to be a process. It's just one of those rare things that a foot separation showed up in this nasty little way, and it needs addressing. That's all. It doesn't matter whether it should be there or I can't figure out how it got there. None of that matters. It is there. It was there, and it's cleaned up now. He's a Fearless Speeder. Was trained good the other day. Highest Honors was good, but did tie up a little bit, which we expected. He'll be fine moving forward. I guess I'll go with him this week. I want to get a little look under the hood also of our boy, Highest Honors. I'll go with him this week. In New York, Johnny messaged me to say in New York was very good training, which was good. Jailbird Jog trained great today, this week. If you watch our videos, our top 10 or Stars of the Week video, Jailbird Jog was quite high up, and I had a lot of very nice, flattering things to say about her. Joj Fotag, I won't say as many flattering things about her. She is just not coming forward the way I hoped. I'm hopeful that she's one of these get to the starting gate, qualify, and start to come forward types. That's my hope, because there's no real reason why she's not doing it just a little bit better than she is right now. I'm not worried about her not being able to qualify, but I'm much more worried about what takes place after that. Strike. Judy's money was good this week training also. Poor girl had Jason and a flat tire. Never a good combo when you're trying to train. So she was pretty good though. She did well. Leland Hanover looks good. He jumped on his foot the other day when there was a lawnmower out there. Spooked him. I don't think the bars we put on him are going to help him. If anything, he is a little pigeon-toed. He might be one that needs a window bar to finish off his season, or just leave him alone and put the full swedges back on him. I'm not sure yet, but the bars that I put on him are not going to be the key, that's for sure. Lifting Legend was good yesterday. I was happy with the way he went. Love Sensation you went with. You thought she tied up. Was she sound and trotting good, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good. She's a very, very nice filly. I think we have a really nice filly on our hands with her. Megan's lucky day. I was really worried she'd make a break. She didn't. Tyler said she was great. So she is on the beaten path, the proper path.
That's the first time you haven't gone with her.
I've been very protective of her because she's been extremely fractious. But Tyler went with her the other day and said she was great, which is good. Millie Girl, you talked about her, and I talked about her in depth in the video this week. She was exceptionally good this week training. My Name is Swaney. She was a little pinchy, and I think Enos might have been a little liberal with his shoeing gear when he shot her the other day. She was a little bit sore, and then we took the shoes off her, poulticed her all for last weekend. She was good on Monday, good on Tuesday, and then Wednesday we went out to train her after everybody was done, and they had the starting gate out for 2-year-old gate training, and they put her behind the gate. They said she was pretty good. So our first 2-year-old to see the starting gate this year is My Name is Wayne. Neuromancer, I trained him Friday. He trained good. Just got to be mature. He's got to grow up. He's got to mature. That's it. Every 2-year-old has to. Studs are a little slower than geldings, and did you sniffle?
No.
I noticed when I said stud, you sniffled. Was that subconsciously? Amy's been lobbying.
Were you waiting for me to say something?
I was just wondering what you'd do. Amy's been lobbying for a castration on him for a while. I just didn't want to. He's too nice of a stud not to be a stud. And I'm not talking about the breeding or what I expect. Just, he's too nice of a horse to be a stud. Yes, he's stubborn. Yes, he's a little immature. So is every 2-year-old. You can't just speed all that stuff up all the time. Sometimes it has to play out. And when it comes to Neuromancer, there's a nice horse in there. I just don't know if you're going to see it right away. It might take a little while. I suspect at Lexington, you're going to see him start to come forward. Perfection Hanover, we castrated him the other day. I'm interested to see how he does. Now, I can tell you what, Neuromancer's future as a stud may linger on how Perfection Hanover behaves. If he just comes forward after we castrated him.
That's not fair.
Well, if he just comes forward when we castrate him, then it may sway. It may.
What is making
move the needle. So
why are you keeping him a stud?
Because there's no reason to geld him. You believe that there's something magical that will happen when we castrate him, and I just don't think there is.
I hang out with him a lot more than you do.
And he's a nice, quiet horse. You can walk a filly right in front of him, and he never squeals.
And that's where it ends. He doesn't move when you ask him to on the cross dice.
Hold on, just so we're clear. Memento Mori was probably one of the most ignorant little sows training down.
And he lost his nuts.
And he was still crazy in the way you were saying. No, it was December.
No, it wasn't. Yes, I cut them off myself. Would you like to see the picture?
You didn't cut them off yourself.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
He was still the most ignorant horse in the barn training down. The only reason that it wasn't talked about more is because he was so fast. And Neuromancer is a nice horse. I don't know how much I went at 1.5 miles the other day, but he was rolling along pretty good. I don't find the need to castrate him just because. You think he's going to be more polite in the barn. He's not. He's still a bossy juvenile kid.
It's not that.
Good play.
I don't even care about the stuff that he does in the barn. When you go out and you ask him to slow down or turn.
His brother wore a spring bit forever, and he was half the size as a Neuromancer. He wore a spring bit and then a wire snake cord forever, and to this day, still as we talk in this vehicle, wears a wire snake cord. So this is not indicative of a stud. This is more indicative of his breed.
But
him.
Why? He's a centurion, whatever that is.
That's not it. Clearly it comes from the mother's side because his little brother is the exact same way.
I just think
You don't remember last year when you were training Maury and he headed for the stands with that spring bit on?
Dumb bit on him.
That's not the bit's fault. That was him being rude.
The head pull was jammed into
the thing. Oh my God, here we go. You're making excuses for Maury that you won't give to Neuromancer. It's unfair.
Because Neuromancer isn't showed any reason that he should be given a million chances.
You knew that Memento Mori was going to be a world champion when we
No.
go? Oh, exactly. So he's done everything we asked him to do on the track.
But
he's
I'm
just being
asking
immature.
you if that's why you're leaving him a stud, because Maury
Leaving him a
was
stud
set.
because I don't see the benefit in gelding him right now.
Okay.
I think if you think that he's going to go out and not have a rude mouth on him because he's a gelding, his brother was gelding all year and was as rude as any horse we have ever had. That's why he had that ridiculous bit you're talking about on, because he was ignorant.
But you gelded Maury because he kept making breaks, not because he was
No, I
rude.
gelded Maury because he was ignorant and wouldn't do his work. That's why he was gelded. And Neuromancer is not that way. He'll go out and trot. He'll go out and do his work. I trained him 1.5 miles, as tight as he could go, without anybody else around him. And by the way, without any boots on other than bell boots, he trained the other day. So it isn't ignorant. He doesn't have a rude, ignorant attitude. He's a nice, kind horse, but he is a juvenile colt and he's a big boy. That's it. And I just don't think that gelding him is going to fix any of the issues you see. Get through. Oh, no, I'm cheering for the wrong team. Don't get through. Is Holly back in center? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Perfect thought. Queen of the Castle has been, and I suspect we're late enough in the game now. That's not going to change. There was only a brief period of time in... Why is that kid in one pant leg now? I can't take that. A very brief period of time where she was in the top of the heap, but that has since passed and she has regained her crown. She looks very good. Pretty Eyes and Lies, super happy with her. Really like this filly, and I think she's going to be fine. What was going on there?
Nothing.
I looked over. I saw her once already. She's on the swing and then she goes on the twirly thing. Rico Tubbs, he made a break the other day. The hobbles were just too long. I can tell you what, but I would say what's the date next Wednesday? It's the 8th, right? The week after, we'll probably have them in the race bikes going 1 mile in 2.7, 2.8, 2.6. And I think when you see Rico Tubbs in the hobbles, you're in the race bike, you're going to see a very nice horse. Riding the Rodeo was good yesterday. James said he was happy with her. My only concern is there's still some white mucus. We're getting into allergy season now, and I still see a little white stuff with Riding the Rodeo. It's been a problem. We've been aggressive with it. We continue to be aggressive with it. And I think when all's said and done, we'll be able to manage that. Who's the kid still at catcher? Okay. Rose Run Bobby. Amy and I went back and forth about Bobby quite a bit in the video this week. We both love Bobby. I think she's a very, very nice filly, and I think she'll be fine for us all summer long in the mix of one of our best fillies. As I said, I think Tomboy Strong has just separated herself just a hair from the other fillies, and knocking on the door for sure would be Rose Run Bobby. Royal Duchess. We don't talk about old Dutchie, eh? Old Dutchie Bear. She just goes out and gets her work done, even Steven every week. I can't wait to race this filly because I think she's going to be a lot of fun to race. I don't think she's going to be a killer, but she's going to do what she can do, and that is all you can ask from any horse. Royal Flush Deal was good again the other day. Jason tried to move him out of the 2-hole. You can't move that horse there. Put him on the front, cover him up. Don't have him 2 or 3 wide in the last turn. Just the voices take over at that point. And they'll subside, but you can't back him.
That's another horse that I think will take off when he gets to a big.
Well, I know he'll take off because I've already trained him. I've seen how fast he can go. He's a very fast horse. You just can't expose him. You can't put him in a place to do something wrong because there's always still those voices inside telling him to do that. But that they dissipate with time. Simply Chaotic. Amy and I talked about him again. I think this is an extremely good horse for us. We have Blue Rare, Simply Chaotic, Riding the Rodeo. The big colt's not going to be ready in time, but we have a pretty good offering for Ontario. We could always have better, but we have a pretty good offering. He dropped the ball again, that kid. And he's definitely on the top of the heap in the colt division for sure. Solidarity was great. I know a lot of people. Somebody said, "Can you go with Solidarity?" I could have, but I wanted to see how he was doing for Danny. Danny's got the horse good. He looked good the other day training and was coming to me with Dune. He had to come in the last corner in 30 seconds flat in the jog cart at Mohawk in the rain. He was very good. I was really happy with Solidarity. Steady Volo did not train at Mohawk this week. He'll go down there next week. Harry said he trained him at 1.5 miles, 225, and he was very strong. So we'll get him to Mohawk next week. Oh, I thought it was the fly ball. Steph's Hope. another, when you talk about big movers over the last month, Steph's Hope's one of them. Eric said to me again the other day, so I can't believe how good this filly is right now. She is really strong. She's quietly in the mix of that filly division, by the way. Really like Steph's Hope. You know, she went from a filly that was trying to do her best and her knees were bothering her. More times than not, when you have intervention, so you had to do some vet work on baby's knees, it's something that it turns into maintenance. It's always there, it's always present. But with her, we did them. They've never bothered her again, which is extremely rare. I don't see that a lot, but definitely have seen it with Steph's Hope. Sterling Hanover, I talk in depth about Sterling Hanover in the videos. If you're interested in that, go over to the video section. He was my number 10 horse on my top 10 list this week. But I'm very clear about everything I want to see, everything I did see, and where Sterling Hanover is at right now. Very happy with Sterling Hanover. Supermind was great again, by the way. We didn't talk about him. He was very good training. I don't know if he needs to be on the top 10 list yet. He was exceptionally good training. And in the mix of the colt division. Not a lot of people know that. He's in the mix of that colt division with us. Where are we at? Sterling, Supermind. Sweet Lake was good. Not, if I'm going to be honest, not quite as good as I thought she'd be the other day. I think she tied up a little bit. I'm going to go with, I can't go with her again this week. I said I wanted to go with the honors, or his highest honors. So I'll watch her this week, or maybe I'll train her in a different set or by herself. I want to see how she is. I felt that she just did a little bit of power outage the other day, which is rare for her. She was super strong when I went with her the time before. You could talk me into believing she tied up a little bit this week. We'll see how she is this week. Tomboy Strong, again, just top of the heap of the trotting filly Ohio division for sure. Just separated herself a little bit from everybody this week. She looked very good again. Uncle Danny was awesome. Training, you could not ask a horse to be any better. In fact, I didn't want him to ask him to be that good, but he was very good the other day training. Big update, Woodmere Bullet has been in 217 with Jamie Smith in the Maritimes. He said he was extremely happy with the way he trained, no issues at all, and looked very good. And then Zena Kemp, you and I talked about Zena Kemp quite a bit. Zena Kemp, very nice filly, and I think we're in agreement that when she gets to the clay track in Lexington, you're going to see a very nice trotting filly. So there you have it. There's the 2-year-olds. Amy and I did a dueling top 10 list, or stars of the week list, whatever you want to call it. We talked about the racehorses. Your dad and I talked about the 3-year-olds and the racehorses.
Did he talk?
Very chatty, old Lyle. But it's been a great weekend. So I'm going to get to watching baseball. Ollie's coming up in a minute. Take care. I hope you guys have a wonderful, or had a wonderful weekend. Take care.